Hi guys, welcome to a brand new way of doing Yeet for yarn. I thought we'd mix it up a bit and have some fun. So what I did was I took my Spinner's Book of Yarn Designs by Sarah Anderson. This is a fantastic book. If you don't have this and you want to stretch your creativity making yarns, grab this book. Along with the detailed recipes of all of the yarn designs, they also have cards in the back. So what I did was I pulled 20 of these cards. Now they are two-sided, so I did mark the top. So there are 20 cards here of random, little bit of a fiber on it, of just different ways to make yarn. So we'll roll a d20 for that to find out how we're making our yarn. But we also need to know how many fibers we're going to use in this and add-ins. So we're going to use our D8 for this and our D6 for this. And we're going to see what sort of possible monstrosity we'll be making. And just to add to the fun, we're going to do it on my U6. So my electric eel wheel 6. I have had a hard time spinning art yarns on it, but I did get some new little, I'll show you, some little bushing things that should allow me to spin art yarns on it, which could be fun. So we're doing all kinds of experiments today. So let's get set up to roll. So our first roll will be with a D8 to figure out how many fibers we're going to be using. We're going to use 8. Well, I knew this could be fun. We're going to have 8 fibers. So now we want to roll for add-ins. So we're just using a 6 for this. So number 2, we're going to use sequins. We always end up getting sequins in this. So weird. And now we're going to roll for our card 2. So card number 2. So we'll go 1, 2. We're going to do a 3-bead picot, but in this case it could be a 3-sequin picot because we do have sequins. We could just swap out our sequins for our beads and do it that way. I think we will. I know that's kind of cheating, but you know, this is the first time I'm doing it this way, so I'm a little curious on how to do it. So for the 3-bead picot, we're going to need 2 Z-twists, singles with extra twist and strung with beads. So I think we need a prep style for our 8 different fibers. So I think what we're going to do is we're either going to do, we're going to look at our list here. Hold on, let me put these to one side. We're going to look at our blending style. So we could use our blending board, our drum carder, our hand cards, our combs. We could do it from a cloud and we could do it from chunks. So let's just do a D6 roll and find our blending style to prep our fiber before we start our spin. 1. So we're going to do our blending board. And we're changing our sequins up for beads. So we're going to need 8 fibers, beads, our blending board, and then we will do that because it does tell us how to, our finishing style and everything on the card. Let me just put this stuff away. And we will get our blending board out and get processing. By the way, here are 8 fibers. I'm just going to grab some. This is like going on a little picking trip. I'm going to grab some of this. Grab some of this. Some of this. Some of this. We'll just keep working our way through. I kind of like that it's 8 because I just grabbed some of everything. I don't think I need all of this. We've got lots and lots of fibers. Holy, this is a little bit felted. There we go. Some of that. Ooh, look at sparkly red. I'm going to use half of that. Okay. And for beads, do I have any beads in here? Yes, I do. Down here, I have some white beads. So we need those, and we may need our floss threaders. All right. So here's our fibers, beads, floss threaders. Next up, blending board. All right, I just attached my blending board to the table, and we're gonna make some roving. Oh, I just had to run out and do a service call for a vehicle. Imagine that. I'm not a mechanic, but I still had to go and help boost a truck. Anyways, sometimes I'm too butch for words. So we're going to start with some yellow here. Now this is a bit felted, so I'm only taking like the teeniest bit at a time to just kind of bust that felting out of it. All right. Beside that, we're going to put some green. And then we got some mixed fiber green. We'll go there next. Oof, that one's coming out easy. That one came out in clumps. Okay. Then we have some blue. There's a little bit of blue in this green, so we can add some of this. And then we have white, red, and pink. Let's go white next. It's faux cashmere. This is probably going to want to come out in clumps too, so we'll make sure we're just grabbing the tips. This stuff is lovely, but it is so staticky, probably because it's nylon. All right. Go red next. Pink. And then we have soft silk, so we'll put a little bit of this in here. Just throwing it in random spots. There's a little bit of yellow. Let's get some yellow in there too. All right, and where's my burnishing brush? Here it is. Pull that off. right, now I got a whole bunch hanging off the ends here that I'm not happy with, so I'm just going to plunk that in the middle and burnish it in. All right, I think I'm going to turn this into a roving, so I'm going to do a couple more layers. All right, we got some wild fiber here to spin with. We got some plain white beads. We got floss threaders, and we got our U6. Now, what I was talking about is here. Let me just pull one of these off. These are the yarn guides that come with the 6. They're just wire. And the yarn, if you spin anything other than a smooth, fine yarn, it snags on these hooks and has a hard time getting onto the bobbin. But they've released a 3D printer pattern for these little inserts. And you can also get them from Snort Timer's Hub, which is where I got mine. And they literally just pop in. And now you can see how much thicker that is. And the thicker yarns will slide over that. In theory, we're going to test it out. And they're like not expensive. They're just some little pieces of plastic. And I tried doing a few things on it and they seem to work extremely well. So, just going to thread this up. Telling you, I'm having one of those days where it's just all petty little annoyances, but they're adding up and I am going to lose my mind very shortly. Well, maybe not my mind, but certainly my temper. And I'm just going to turn that to kind of close that gap so it won't pop out. Okay, so we get that threaded up. Now, when we have a look at our card for spinning this, it says we are going to do extra twist and string our beads as we go. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spin S ply Z because I do it for crochet. Always have, always will. I have my pedal right here. And I'm just going to grab some roving that I either dizzed off the blending board or made out of Rolex. All right, now let me see how I'm going to crank this up. Now you do need to have a fairly high tension on your uptake for this. All right, let's see. All right, let's check and make sure we have extra twist in here. That's pretty high twist. I might just oomph it up just a smidge. Pull this back through. Okay, when you have your little pigtails and you need to unply it after you've tested, pull on the end of your pigtail and that'll allow it to release. All right, let's add some beads. So, I'm going to move you around the side so you can see what I'm doing. 1 second. All right, so I have my roving attached to my fiber. Just going to grab my beads. And I'm just going to use a floss threader just as a needle. You can use a crochet hook or whatever you would like. I happen to have these with my beads. So I'm just going to grab a few. Okay, we'll start with this many. Now, they're doing a 3 bead picot, but they have some smaller beads. These are fairly large, so I might plan on just doing 1 or 2 beads per picot. So what I'm going to do, split my fiber, thread on the beads, but I want to spread them out a bit. So I'm just going to go put 3 up there. Reattach my fiber and bring the beads down. Now I'm not worrying about over twisting because we're going to use up a lot of that twist in our ply. And you can see, I think the beads just went right onto the bobbin because of those little plastic attachments, which I think are freaking fantastic. Yep. Oops, there goes my pedal. They just slid right on there like nothing, which is perfect. That's what I was hoping for with these new little guides. So I am going to thread some beads onto my roving. And keep going. All right, we're in the scary living room light because it's nighttime. But the yarn is done. I didn't quite achieve what I was going for. They're not really beaded picots. They're just kind of beads. But overall, considering I was working on my electric wheel, which I just pulled over. I'm working with my electric wheel, which I'm not really hugely familiar with yet. I think that it turned out all right. And I know that we had a lot of colors in there, but I think that it actually turned out quite nice. Let me get it off on the nitty naughty, and I'll show you the end result. So I have to admit that everything about today was a struggle. It was like one of those reverse Midas touch days where everything I touched turned to crap. But I persisted. It wasn't smooth. It wasn't easy. And I don't know about these end results. But, yeah, we are way over twisted. way over twisted. But, overall, I think it turned out pretty cool. Wow, the lighting is crap. Hold on. Let me move you around and get you some better lighting. All right. This should be a little bit better. Oh, yeah, that's much better. So we have clown barf yarn. That's way over twisted because I'm just not used to the spinning on the electric wheel yet. So I'll have to play with my uptake and my speed and all that fun stuff. But despite how everything was a struggle, I do have a yarn that does have beads, and I kind of like the play of colors. I tried to sort of coarse spin a bit so that the colors would bobble back and forth. And overall, I'm not completely displeased with this mess. I will give it a good wash, and if the twist doesn't even out a bit, I'll probably just run it back through the wheel. I finished it a Z, so I'll probably run it back through the wheel on an S twist, just real fast, just to take out a little bit of that twist. Anyways, that is the disaster that happened today. Not a success, not a complete failure. I produced something. I consider that a huge victory on this day because I'm telling you, it has been a horrible day. Just horrible. I just wanted a relaxing spin. I'm just kidding, guys. Even when the results don't turn out great, I'm still happy to be spinning. And I mean, I love some of the plays of color in this. And it's not a complete disaster. I can salvage this. We'll work with it. I'll give it a wash, and if it needs to, we'll throw it back through the wheel. So, thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this this chaos. I mean, honestly, this is complete chaos. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.